Excuse me, guys. I've actually called Commissioner Dick, and she said that it's okay for you to answer my question. You don't have to, but it's a question that is not political. And I'm making a film today where I'm going up to everyone, including you guys, and asking them, why did your parents have you?
Oh, that's not the question I was expecting. Don't know, mate.
Do you know? Don't know?
No, don't know.
What about you? Why did your parents have you?
I wanted a family would be my guess, but you'd have to ask my parents to get a definitive answer.
Right. And why do you think they wanted a family?
Again, you'd have to ask my parents to get a definitive answer.
Right.
I don't know.
Thank you. Maybe if you could do me a favour, if you could ask your parents, and then next time I see you at one of these protests, yeah, would you mind asking them? Would that be all right?
Yeah.
Why did your parents have you?
Why did my parents have me? You'd have to ask them, wouldn't you?
You don't know?
I've never asked them. It's none of my business.
Why don't you think it's any of your business? I mean, it's like...
Because that was their choice, if they wanted to have me. Why would I ask them a question like that?
Aren't you, like, at least curious?
No. I'm curious about many things, but that's not one of them. I assume, of course, there's a biological urge to procreate, so I would think that would have something to do with it. Possibly wanting to have children as well. Yeah, as much as I know.
Would you answer the question? Why did your parents have you?
May I ask what your channel stands for? So maybe
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the channel stands for anything. It's just a channel in which my channel is designed to provoke thought about certain subjects.
okay.
And one of my main subjects is to provoke thought about reproduction and the way we look at it.
Against reproduction?
Well, to question, yes, I'm skeptical about it.
Skeptical?
And I'm spreading skepticism about reproduction. Yeah, and one of the ways is to explore, asking people why your parents had you, and if you're going to have children, why you would do that. So why did your parents have you?
I want to believe that from love. I think, yeah, my parents love themselves and, well, not themselves, they loved, yeah. But,
They loved each other?
yeah, they loved each other and themselves for sure as well, because you cannot love someone if you not love yourself first. I was expected child.
But why would... I don't understand what love and reproduction have got to do with each other.
Good question. Well, it's somehow evolutionary, biologically. We wanna.
I mean, like, for example, if I was to, like, meet you one day and just really love you and fall in love with you, yeah, right? No. I don't mean like in a sexual way, but let's say I fell in love with you, like, you know, like I have a friend, for example, that I kind of really love a lot. He's like such a cool guy, right? No, I don't have a lot of friends like that, but I did with him. Anyway, so if I was to love you and then, like, tomorrow morning deliver a little baby into your arms and say, by the way, you're going to be looking after this for the rest of your life and paying for it, why is that an act of love? I don't understand. And it's not loving towards you, is it?
Well, yes and no. I think it is somehow. You wanna. Love is also creation. Yeah, God. If we are going to some spiritual parts, God create humanity out of love. Yeah, God is love. If we are looking from this angle, if we're looking from a spiritual religion angle.
Okay, but personally, I don't really understand what that means. Do you think that the Creator did this with love? Created this reality, physical reality, with love? I can't see it. Where? Where is the love when the lion? Where is the love when the lion rips apart the zebra?
True. So let's skip it. Let's not go into Kevin.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
No.
You could say that an expression of unconditional love, which one could say is true love, allows everything to be as it is without changing it. So in response to your statement about the zebra being ripped open by the lion, life is an expression of unconditional love. Therefore, everything that happens or everything that manifests is love itself, being itself as that love, which is by its very nature unconditional.
Yeah, I mean, that just sounds to me, I'm sorry to have to say this, but that just sounds to me like a nonsensical apology, like being apologetic to try and somehow get out of explaining why why a cousin of ours is 15 and got a horrible form of cancer, or why 20,000 people starve every day on this planet, or why, you know.
Being itself.
Well, yeah, but you can call it what you like, but to me, that's nothing to do with what I see love being. I don't know how love can, how does love make war? How do love and war go together?
Coming from the
You
perspective
know,
of love from a conditional viewpoint.
Yes, I am.
And true love isn't conditional, isn't it?
What does that mean?
Well, it means that true love is unconditional. It
yeah.
allows that which is to be. Yeah, there's no condition. It allows whatever is to be.
It's outside.
That's fine. I mean, I'm not. I'm personally, I think that being human, that's just a nonsensical idea, because your fact is that you'd hate to be tortured. You wouldn't love to be tortured, right? And it would be a terrible thing if I tortured you.
Perhaps you're talking about something other than love.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a different word for it. Maybe it's a different meaning of the word love, because I feel the word love is abused on a daily basis.
Okay, so let's leave love out of it, right? Let's come back to you. Let's leave love out of it, right? So why would I, if I just left a baby on your doorstep, why would that be an act of love?
I didn't say it was act of love.
You said your parents acted out of love, but I'm saying what I would like to suggest is your parents acted out of lust.
No, because you said, well, partly as well, of course, but you said that you would leave baby at my doorstep, and that definitely wouldn't be love.
Okay, let's say I shared the baby with you. I said, I really like you very much. Here's a baby. Let's bring this baby up together. Let's create a baby out of nothing. Like if I just came round to you, for example, and I was a friend of yours, yeah? And we became really friendly, we got on really well, yeah? Then would you say, all right, what we're going to do now is we're going to create a baby, right? Imagine if a baby wasn't created by sex. You'd have to go to a shop and you press the button and like electronic.
I have an answer.
Yeah, would you do that with a friend and say, right, now I'm going to live with you the rest of our life and I'm going to bring a new life into existence, take this risk and make this crazy experiment and bring you into existence? Would you do that?
I won't answer your question. I will just say that love is outside of your paradigm of this concept. So you cannot take love conceptual, you cannot think rationally about love. That's why love is. So we just cannot put it into the frames that you want to put it in.
Okay, fine. I'm going to ask you one other thing and then I'm going to move on to your sign. And that is, are you intending to reproduce? And if so, can you give me a good reason, both ethical and logical, why you should do that?
Well, I do not plan to reproduce. However, if I will fall in love at some point, I will just feel that this is the right thing to do. But please have in mind that I have in mind all the conditions that is currently in the world. So I wouldn't like to bring child to this world, most probably. However, if I would meet person that is right person, and I would feel that this is thing.
Yeah, but what right person in their right woman would want to bring someone into the world like this?
So maybe I won't gonna meet someone.
Someone who understands love better than you, maybe.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. So are you thinking of reproducing?
I've already done it.
Have you done it?
I'd like to do it many more times.
You'd love to do it many more times.
Yeah.
How many times have you done it?
Once.
And can you give me a good reason why you did it and why you would do it again?
Because the most loving thing you can do is to give yourself to a new life and completely love it, completely cherish it, and care for it in such a direct and emotional way. And there's nothing more giving in this world than having a child and giving it the love and protection of a parent. There's nothing more loving in this world, and having a child is the most beautiful thing you can ever do, and only parents actually understand that. And you only really understand it when you become a parent. So all these questions you're asking, I'm assuming you haven't got children.
Oh, well, you're always making assumptions. Don't make assumptions.
I'm not. Can you answer that? Do you have children?
I may do.
Do you have children?
Yes.
You do.
Yes.
Do you regret having those children?
The question's a little bit of a. Firstly, it's a binary question, right? Which I object to. In other words, I have lots and lots of thoughts about anyone having children, right? And the ideas of regret. Regret is a bit of a trap. One second, I'm answering your question firstly. Regret is a bit of a trap, because, you know, if I look back at my life, I would live it very differently had I known what I know now, right? But I didn't know what I know now, so there's no point in speaking about regret. My whole life would have been different, right? My life is as it is. And as regards your question about do I love my children, again, I find that question really, I don't really understand what you mean by that. I mean, it's not, is there a yes or no? Well, what do you mean by, why don't you tell me what you mean by do I love my children? What do you mean? That word is very...
Would you sacrifice yourself for your children?
Would I sacrifice my life for my children?
Give your life for your children, because that is your responsibility as a parent. That's how you repay the fact that you've brought them into the world. You repay them by giving them your life. Right. And that's the most beautiful thing in the world.
Right. Yeah.
If you're not willing to die for your children, you shouldn't have children, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea. You support that? Yeah.
I've got a son, and I would gladly die for him. Yeah, absolutely. And I never actually planned to have children, but things happen, and yeah, you know, wow.